Hi guys, so today we are going to learn how to make this beautiful gown that has a ruffle, or should I say a drawstring by the side, as you can see here. So I am done with my own, and you can see how beautiful my own is looking. So if you are interested in knowing how to make this, just keep watching, okay? Now I have gone ahead to fold my Ankara fabric into 4 equal parts. You can see this upper edge is closed, so I'm making use of 3 yards of Ankara. So I folded it like the way that the upper edge is closed. That is what I'm showing us. So this down part is open, the upper edge is closed, and I've gone ahead again to close it, making it into 4 equal parts. I am going to be cutting the back and also the front of this. That is why I folded it into 4 equal parts. Okay, so it's going to be like a kimono of style. Now I'm going to go ahead and start by knowing the length that I want. If the length I just folded is okay for me, after having gotten that, I'm just going to go ahead to mark my shoulder, divide by 2. So from there, I'm just going to go ahead and mark the length of the sleeve that I want. So this is just a cut together sleeve. I'll mark the length of the sleeve, get your shoulder, divide by 2, and the length of the sleeve. Having gotten that, I'm just going to go ahead to mark my shoulder to bust, then shoulder to waist, shoulder to the hip line. Then after that, I'm just going to add extra 7 inches. 7 inches that I added is included the hemming allowance, like 2 inches for the hemming allowance, and 5 inches for extra allowance for the drawstring. So that is what I'm just marking there. You can go ahead and get like I marked the length I'm working with is just 37, and I went ahead to add the extra 7 inches that I added there. So if you wanted it to be long, go ahead, just mark the length of the gown that you want. If it is 50, you mark your 50, then include extra drawing of the gown, okay? But don't make it to be too excess allowance, because it's after drawing it is going to be having too much pointy look. So having gotten that, I'm just going ahead to mark all the bust, the waist, the hip, and the length, everything. So from there, I'm just going to go ahead from the bust. I'm just going to go ahead, divide my bust by 4 equal parts, then mark. I'll just mark it there. After that, I'm just going to go ahead and add extra 4 inches. So you can add 5 inches, you can add 6 inches, depending how big you want this kimono to be. Okay, so 4, 5, 6 is okay. So I'll add my waist measurement plus extra allowance, the hip measurement plus extra allowance. So whatever I have on the hip, I'm just going to take it down to the hemming part of the gown. Like what I was explaining earlier, if you want this gown to the hemming part, after drawing it with the stripe, you want the mouth to be like a curvy pointy area, go ahead and add like uh extra 10 inches. But if you just want it the way it is on the picture we are recreating, just put your 4 inches, 5 inches, or even 6 inches. You can even add just 2 inches. Yeah, 2 to 3 inches is okay if you want the exact picture. Now I'm just going to go ahead and mark the sleeve length. I'm having sleeve length of 13 there, so I'm just going to curve it out from the bust to the waist area, like so. So from the down part of the sleeve, I'm just going to curve it from the waist side, connecting it to the bust, then to the the sleeve length, not the armhole. Now, having done that, you can see the way I just curved that armhole area. I'm going to mark the neck width of 4 inches. Please make use of 3 or 3.5. Then the back of the neck depth is going to be 1.5 inches. The person I'm making this is a little bit big, but not that big, so she doesn't want a tight neckline, so that is why I'm marking 4 inches for the wideness of the front and also the back. So I have the front depth of 5 inches. Okay, now the next thing is to just curve the back neckline and also the front neckline like this, connecting them like this. Remember, I am just cutting the front and also the back, and it's a cut together sleeve. Now the next thing I'm just going to go ahead to do is to know if my sleeve length is okay. So see the way I just curved that armhole area. Now I have gone ahead to cut it out, so I have the front and also the back here. So I have the back, I've gone ahead to cut the back neckline, and I'm going to turn it up with my lining. Now I've done turning it up with the lining. As you can see here, I have just join the shoulder part, turn the neckline, and hem the down part. The reason I added the lining to this is because this fabric, the Ankara fabric, is very light, so I wanted this gown to be thick, or to have straight. Let me just use that straight. Okay, so this is how the inside is looking, so beautiful. I have not even ironed it and it's looking like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and show us how the next thing to do. So the next thing to do is to just hem this sleeve area for the passing through of the elastic band. You know, this is a puff of sleeve, so I'm just going to hem it and pass through the elastic, then shape to my desired length. I'm just going to go ahead and shape it. Okay, so no, if you can shape it to be tight, you can shape it to be free, it's your choice. So after shaping, this is what I have. I've gone ahead to attach the arm, or the elastic to it. You can see that it's now looking so beautiful. Then I have gone ahead to attach the drawstring on the one side of the gown. Each side has 2 drawstrings, like 2 rope. Each side has 2 rope, and I am going to show us how to achieve it, because this is the main purpose of doing this tutorial. Okay, so if you added, like the picture we are recreating, if you add like 3 inches allowance, you can start your marking of this rope from the armhole. I'll still explain better. Okay, I'm just showing us what the side part, the one side that I've just did, looks like. You can see the sleeve looking so beautiful. Everything is just giving. So let me turn it up. Now after turning it up, you remember that we have allowance after shaping. So that allowance, you are going to fold it in back, like you are going to fold the allowance in back to stitch. But before doing that, I'm just going to measure from the shoulder to my waistline, which is 18 inches, or sorry, 17 inches, but I came down just 1 inch, making 18 inches. So from the shoulder I got my 18 inches length. So from there I will just going to mark, that is the place that the stitching of this drawstring passing is going to start. So this is, I'm sorry if you can't see this very well, but on this side that I'm just marking will be the place that we are going to, the rope is going to stop. When I pass it from the down part, it's going to stop this place that I just marked. Then this place I'm just showing us is the place I just stitch with that allowance. You just fold it, you just bend it and stitch with 1.3 or 1.2 inches for the passing of this rope. Okay, for the passing of the rope. Now from the shoulder to the length, to the waistline that I just mark, I have about 24 inches there. So if you are stitching on your machine, please make sure that you just open your or your clothes, your gown wide, then that allowance that you have, fold it. Like if you haven't hem it, if you didn't add if you didn't add lining to it, just hem it, stitch, fold. I don't even know how to explain it. Just place one side of the allowance on the other side and stitch with 1.3 inches. Then you can fold the other side and 1.3 inches. Remember, on every side of this drawstring has two ropes. So this is the rope that I have. I have about 34 inches rope there, because the length I am going to pass this through from the waist down to the hemming part is just 24. So I added 10 inches extra for the rope. So I'm just going to use my safety pin to pass this across. If I am done stitching that allowance, I am talking about this allowance. If you stitch that allowance, you just pass through your safety pin from here, like the way you see me doing right now. I have stitched that allowance down. Okay, just stitch it down. If it is 2 inches, just stitch with the measurement of 1.3 inches. That 1.3 inches is going to be enough for your rope to pass through. Then coming to this place, you close it. After passing through the rope, you close that place we measured down. That's 17 inches. You close it, so you just pass it through there. After that, and while you are stitching, make sure that it's not joining together. After stitching, turn it up to know if you have a neat stitching. So if you added 3 inches for this recreating of this picture, just start your drawstring from the armhole area. Please start your drawstring from armhole area. Even if you added 5 inches, if you want to start from the armhole area, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, I hope you understand my explanation, and this is going to be all for this tutorial. So if you have any question concerning this, just drop it on the comment section. Bye for now.